Okay, I think we're back. Let's give everybody a few minutes to find me here. Everybody see? Am I on? So just go to the Facebook, go to San Diego, completely start over. I think we're back. Can you guys hear me okay? And we are live. The audio seems better, Rich? Okay, good. Why don't we give everybody just a second to catch up here, okay? Hang on just a second, everybody. We're back, but we're not going to start. We're just giving a second. Talk amongst yourselves. So far, so good. Thank you, Michael. Just want to give everybody just a minute to catch up. How's everybody doing? Everybody okay? Anybody have any good news for me while we're waiting for a couple more people to join us? No? Okay. All right, well, good audio. Good. Okay. All right, so I'm going to start slowly here. We talked about who San Diego County Gun Owners is and who Orange County Gun Owners is and who Riverside County Gun Owners is and who San Bernardino County Gun Owners. So these are four organizations that are organized the exact same way. So they have the same mission statement, same branding. They do the same thing, but they do them in four different counties. And what we do is we work at the local level to make sure that people on the local boards and councils are pro Second Amendment. So where we left off was we were talking about the gun shop issue. So when all this started, all the COVID-19, stay at home and all that other stuff started, it was a little confusing for gun shops. And where it really started was back in February 7th. The White House actually had a briefing with governors on the coronavirus and some of the steps that they were taking in order to stop the spread. Over a month later, Governor Newsom issued a stay-at-home order, and he gave a really vague list of essential businesses that should remain in operations. Gun shops, like many of the other businesses that were essential, were actually not specifically listed by the governor as essential. So this left a huge opening for anti-gun politicians, and thousands of people were scrambling to purchase a firearm, protect their safety and their family. They moved to shut down gun shops. And one example, probably the most well-known example, would be the sheriff up in LA County. He was trying to shut down gun shops. He flip-flopped back and forth. But another example down here in San Diego was on March 22nd, just a few days after the governor gave his stay-at-home order, in a horribly irresponsible statement. San Diego County Supervisor Nathan Fletcher actually said at a press conference that gun shops should be closed. He was asked, and he came back and said, yes, gun shops should be closed. This turned out to be totally wrong. It was totally against the positions of San Diego Sheriff Gore. It was totally against the positions of the county board, some of the other county board members. And eventually the governor actually came out and said, yeah, leave the gun shops open as long as the sheriff is okay with it. And then eventually President Trump actually came out and said, yeah, absolutely. Gun shops are, of course, essential during a time like this. So Nathan Fletcher's information, his misinformation at the press conference, actually set off a series of events, a bunch of actions. San Diego County gun owners, Orange County gun owners, Riverside County gun owners, San Bernardino County gun owners, we all reached out to each individual sheriff of each county to see where they stood on gun shops closing. Now, this was before the governor actually came out and said, hey, we're going to leave it up to sheriffs. This was the day after, basically. And what ended up happening was we found out that all the sheriffs said, yeah, we generally want the gun shops to stay open. We consider them essential. Lauren is the executive director of San Bernardino County Gun Owners. He did a great job of working with Sheriff McMahon up in San Bernardino. And eventually all the sheriffs agreed that it was clear to them the gun shops are essential. And they pushed back on the governor to make sure. So before the governor came out and said, hey, we're going to leave it up to each sheriff, we were making sure that, hey, each sheriff of the 4 counties that we're in, we're pushing back and saying, yeah, we want to make sure that these gun shops stay open. And again, Nathan Fletcher, he's a county supervisor, and even his fellow county supervisors didn't agree with him. He really went off the reservation there. So this pushback to the governor, Governor Newsom, to clarify, it would let him to clarify in a press conference that it's up to each sheriff, and Trump eventually spelled it out just days later. In San Diego, we condemned Supervisor Fletcher's inflammatory, irresponsible remarks. We did that publicly with a release, and then we went into the press and did a bunch of interviews. Look for a video from San Diego County Gun Owners that spells that out later this week. It should be up in just a couple of days. So take a look at that when you get the opportunity when we publish it. So what's the current status? So just a couple of days ago, Assemblymember Santiago out of LA asked the governor to reconsider and shut down gun shops for the foreseeable future. I don't know if you had an opportunity to see that. Check out one of our blog page. We actually put the letter that he sent to the governor asking him to reconsider and close down all the gun shops. The good news is that Governor Newsom in a press conference today clarified his position has not changed. So the letter was sent to the governor read it, and in a press conference today where he was giving COVID-19 updates, he said, nope, we've already addressed this issue. We do not want the gun shops to shut down as long as the sheriff of each county is managing that and is okay with that. So Los Angeles, we actually have a lot of followers from Los Angeles. You guys have a horribly anti-gun assembly member and a horribly anti-gun sheriff who tried to shut down your gun shops. We don't actually have an LA County Gun Owners organization yet. But those of you who are watching from LA, help us out. Join the other 4 packs or join one of the other 4 packs and help us grow so that we can eventually get to LA and continue the good work that we're doing. We want to set up an LA organization, but that's in the future. But help us out now. In the meantime, while we're continuing to grow. So currently, San Bernardino, Riverside, Orange County, and San Diego, as long as they comply with the health requirements like masks and social distancing, the gun shops can remain open. Very few of the gun shops have chosen to not open, but that's their choice. Government is not shutting down the gun shops in those 4 counties. So when you go to a gun shop, please don't be the reason that they have to shut down. And what I mean by that is maintain a 6-foot distance from everybody, respect their rules and their limitations. They're under observation. All these gun shops are under observation by the county health department. And essential or not, Trump or not, if the gun shops don't abide by the health rules, they're going to get shut down. So if law enforcement or the health department sees that the gun shops are not cleaning and observing the 6-foot rule and wearing masks and that sort of thing, and they have 30 people in a room where they should only have 5, they're going to get shut down. Then it'll be a health violation, and they will get shut down. As of right now, as long as they do all those things, you're good to go. So, cooperate with them. So this gun shop thing, is it a victory? So honestly, sometimes things aren't as clear-cut as victory or loss. We did a lot of things right, and we're very, very proud of that. But the reality is, if we had the right people in office, we wouldn't have had to do all this in the first place. So yeah, it's a victory right now. But we, and when I say we, I mean the gun community, we had decades of failures during elections, and that's what led to this. So is it a victory? Yeah, gun shops are open. We made sure of that. We reached out to people and especially the sheriffs. Riverside just had a big election, has a brand new sheriff, Orange County as well. And we're real proud of the fact that the right people got elected there. And we're real proud of the fact that we helped make sure that the gun shops stayed open. So that's what's going on with the gun shops. Let's talk a little bit more actually about the gun shops. So there have been thousands of gun sales to thousands of people who did not own a firearm before. So this COVID-19 crisis has really provided clarity to people. It cut through all the ridiculous talking points by the gun grabbers like Brady Organization and Moms Demand Action. And on a very basic level, people really understand that to be safe, they need to get the most effective tool for self-defense, and they understand that that tool is a firearm. So a lot of people went out and bought firearms for the first time in the last, 6 weeks or so, a month or 6 weeks. And the feedback we're getting from the shops is that 80, 85, sometimes 90% of the sales that they do in a day are to people who didn't own a firearm before. And the way they tell that, by the way, is that they have to get their firearm safety card. If they already had a safety card, then they probably already own a firearm. So estimates are well over 80% of their sales. Their thousands of sales are going towards going to people that have never owned a firearm. So number one, embrace these new gun owners. Welcome them with open arms. Help them get the training that they need. Help them get better and better with safety and proficiency. Don't mock them. Don't try to make them feel bad if they voted for people in the past that were anti-gun. Doing that, making them feel bad, mocking them, that is decidedly counterproductive. We spend so much time as activists working to expand our ranks. It doesn't matter how or why they happen to become a gun owner, and it doesn't matter how or why who they used to be. What matters is that you help them right now, that you welcome them into the community, make sure that they get the right information and the right training. Get them training, get them involved, because these are people that truly understand what the Second Amendment is about. So help them. So number two, about the gun shops, the DROS system. For those of you who aren't familiar, the DROS system, DROS, Dealer Record of Sale system. It's the California-run system for background checks when you buy a gun. It's been really bogged down for over a week now, a couple weeks. And this is due to all the new gun sales. It's an enormous amount of people across the state, across the country really, but the DROS system's just for California. An enormous amount of people are buying guns. This is not the only state system that has seen this type of this level of activity and is being bogged down. The unemployment system has seen delays due to applicants, unfortunately, which is very sad. But what we're seeing is extreme. We're seeing an extreme amount of people that are buying a firearm for the first time, and the system being bogged down does not appear to be a conspiracy. It appears to be an overburdened system that was not designed to do this much processing at once. They need more bandwidth. They need more personnel. It will continue to be a problem while they work through the backlog. Can a lawsuit fix this? I don't know, but Firearms Policy Coalition today sent a pre-litigation letter to the California Attorney General all about the delays. By the way, Firearms Policy Coalition, if you haven't joined them, join them. They've been a great partner for San Diego County gun owners and Orange and Riverside and San Bernardino County gun owners from the very beginning. Our PACs, our organizations don't lobby Sacramento or file lawsuits. We do activism. FPC, Firearms Policy Coalition, lobbies Sacramento and they file lawsuits. San Diego County Gunner is actually a plaintiff in a lawsuit right now that's being run by FPC. And in that lawsuit, we hope to get rid of the assault weapons ban in California. That's our goal with this lawsuit. So a lot of people ask us how we work with other organizations. And this is a really great example of two organizations that do two different things for the Second Amendment, but how we work together. So become a member of our organizations and become a member of FPC for sure. Okay, so back to the DROS system delays. So what does this mean? If you bought a gun, what does this mean? What do the DROS systems delays mean? Well, it means that rather than 10 days, most customers are having to wait 12 or 13 days to pick up a firearm, sometimes even a little bit longer. So be patient. My best advice is to wait for that 12th or 13th day before you go get a gun. Don't call the gun shops. That's just going to bog them down. If you call them and call them and call them and call them, don't do that. It's just going to make things worse on them. They really don't have any control. But wait for that 12th or 13th day. Go down. Certainly don't blame the gun shops. There's nothing they can do. They're trying to help. They want to give you your gun just as bad as you want to take your gun. So it's not their fault. There's really nothing they can do to fix it. But that's what's going on. There's lawsuits being filed. The DROS is being bogged down by activity. It's going to take you 12 or 13 days to get a gun. So, excuse me, please be patient. Another issue that came up was CCWs and masks. We saw a lot of questions about wearing a mask and carrying concealed for CCW holders. So we got to the bottom of it. The penal code actually states that it is illegal to carry and wear a mask. But here's the important part: for the purpose of disguising identity, okay? So it's not just wearing a mask. It says if you're wearing a mask for the purpose of disguising your identity, then you can't carry a gun. So if you're wearing a mask for health reasons or COVID-19 requirements, that's not being used to disguise your identity. So we confirmed with law enforcement, we confirmed with DOJ that if you're wearing a mask to comply with COVID-19 requirements, that yes, you can carry with a CCW. Full stop. Don't believe all the conspiracy theories or the misinformation online. If you have a CCW and you want to carry and you have to wear a mask or you want to wear a mask due to COVID-19, that appears to be within the letter of the law. It's totally legal. By the way, the other thing we found out, law enforcement had no idea that this law existed. So we went around asking law enforcement and everybody said, what? We don't even know what that law means. So I have a feeling that that law was used by prosecutors as kind of an add-on. If somebody robbed a bank, then they could add another felony by saying, oh, and he was wearing a mask too. So anyway, bottom line, CCW holders, you can wear a mask if you're wearing it for the purposes of protecting yourself and others from COVID-19. So speaking of CCWs, all 4 counties, San Diego, Orange, Riverside, and San Bernardino, have all made adjustments to their new CCW process and their renewals of CCWs. So all 4 counties use the online service Permidium to process their new applications and renewals. They use Permidium. You use Permidium in all 4 counties. Go to the sheriff's website, submit all your information into Permidium, submit your application, and then please be patient. They're all doing their best, so there are no delays, but they are all dealing with health department requirements and personal issues. So check each sheriff's website for CCW applications and renewal information. So just go to their website in their CCW section, read the updates, check our email, our Facebook, our website, and look for updates. But for the most part, if you're a new applicant or if you're looking to renew, just follow their instructions and do it online, and they are processing. So carefully follow the instructions, work through the system, try not to call them. Phone calls are just going to slow down the system. So don't call licensing, and it's just going to make things worse. We all have videos. All our packs have videos up. Actually, San Diego, Riverside, and San Bernardino all have videos that help you through the CCW process. Those videos a little outdated, but we're going to have a new one up soon. But the information on required documentation and good cause are still totally accurate. So look for an updated video in San Diego. The physical locations for licensing in all 4 counties are generally closed, but they are still processing applications. So I want to emphasize that. Their actual physical locations all appear to be closed, or at least heavily restricted, but they are still processing applications. We've seen that in all 4 counties. So let's talk about some events. Our packs are really good about having different events, meetings, that sort of thing. Each pack is canceled or rescheduled everything in the months of March, April, and May. Orange County in March, we're going to have our Second Amendment celebration dinner at the Orange Hill restaurant. That has at least been postponed and likely canceled. If you want a refund, please email us and we will get that taken care of immediately. I very much appreciate people who bought a ticket or a table. You can either hang in there with us and see what the future holds, or let us know and we'll happily refund cedar table that you bought. San Diego has rescheduled our Second Amendment celebration dinner. It's now on August 15th. Every other detail, I should say, I'm sorry, every other detail of the dinner is the same. So if we change it to the 15th, the location's the same, the time's the same, the venue, everything's the same. But still, if you need a refund, if August 15th doesn't work for you or for whatever reason you need a refund, if you bought a ticket or a table, please let us know and we're happy to take care of that. Riverside and San Bernardino had a Second Amendment activist seminar scheduled for April, and that's been rescheduled for June 6th. So they're going to have the exact same seminar on June 6th. The seminar will teach you to be an effective activist, not just sending emails, making phone calls to politicians who don't care. We're going to teach you the activities that it takes to get the right people elected and actually have an effective influence on public policy, especially gun-related public policy. So check out their website, check out their Facebook page for San Bernardino and Riverside, and come to the Second Amendment activist seminar. It's about a 5-6 hour seminar. I forget the exact price. It's under $20. It's really inexpensive. We really are just trying to get the information out there. We had to pay for the venues for everybody, so that's what that's going to. Okay, so we spoke earlier about Assemblyman Santiago, who sent a letter to the governor asking him to shut down gun shops. And Governor Newsom said it was a settled issue at a press conference today. So the sheriffs are going to decide. So check out your PAC's blog page, okay? Each PAC, San Diego, Orange, Riverside, San Bernardino. We all have blog pages. Check out the blog page. Read more about the letter that he sent and who Assemblyman Santiago is in the new blog that we published just today. So just today we published this. It was a joint effort from everybody. Trenton, who's the executive director in Orange County, did a fantastic job. Lauren and San Bernardino did a fantastic job with it. Karen and Riverside, the four of us combined, but those guys did all the hard work. And it turned out to be a very informative and interesting article. So check it out. It's all about Assemblyman Santiago and the letter he tried to send. But keep in mind that it went in front of the governor, and in a press conference today, he said, nope, we're not going to shut down the gun shops. It's up to each sheriff. So, so that's the information I wanted to get to everybody. And with that, I'm going to open it up to questions. So go ahead and feed questions. Anybody? Am I a lawyer? I am not a lawyer. I work full-time for the San Diego County Gun Owners PAC. I'm the executive director. Our attorney, who works pro bono, is actually very supportive. His name's John Dillon. He specializes in firearms, Second Amendment law, and he is absolutely amazing, but I am not an attorney. Our outdoor range is open. For the most part, the outdoor ranges should be open as long as they're sticking to the medical requirements. So as long as they're doing the social distancing and cleaning, they should all be open. It's up to them. I mean, if they don't want to be open, that's up to them, but there is no government shutdown of the outdoor ranges. We're getting mixed messages on shooting areas, like outdoor shooting areas. And I think the problem is they're not necessarily closed, but there is an enforcement of, hey, you can't go anywhere. There's a stay at home that is being interpreted by some law enforcement as that you can't leave your house unless you're doing something essential, and is going to an outdoor shooting area essential. Well, that's where the problems are coming in. So I'm not going to give you a clear answer on that. We're still looking into it. We want to figure that out. Any truth to gun control being slipped into the stimulus? I've seen proposals, David, but nothing has passed yet. I haven't seen anything that's actually been passed into law yet. Bianco's amazing. I agree. He's a fantastic sheriff. Follow San Diego County Gun Owners on Instagram at SDCGO. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Appreciate it. Everybody works very, very hard. Why are you giving us legal information versus him? Well, because he's not on Facebook Live. We actually went to a number of attorneys to talk about the mask situation, and we talked to a number of law enforcement professionals that are pretty high ranking. And so what we're doing is we're giving you their answer. We're also reading the words. I mean, it's really pretty clear. A lot of the people on the blogs just stopped at you can't have a mask and carry a gun and ignored the part that said for the purpose of discussing. I mean, you really don't have to be have a law degree to pick that out. But we figured out that it was kind of bad information. We didn't want people to compromise their health or their safety. And that's kind of the compromise that they were looking at. Hey, should I not be able to protect myself so I can wear a mask, or should I not wear a mask because I want to be able to defend myself? So we went and did the research. 6 guns on license in San Diego. Not yet. Right now it's still 3, but we have the commitment by the Sheriff's Department that there will have 6. Now, originally they said they were going to have that done by the end of the year. I don't know how this COVID-19 thing affects everything. It's really kind of just put life on hold. So I'm hoping we can still have that, Eric, by the end of the year. They just switched over to Permidium, and that really slowed things down. That really bogged things down. So I'm not sure when they're going to be able to do that. They were actually switching over to Permidium in early March when this whole thing hit. So they kind of got a double whammy. And I got to tell you, they're really doing a great job here in San Diego of trying to make sure that people can get their CCWs. Did you stay at Holiday Inn? No, I didn't stay at Holiday Inn. I don't know. But if my wife and I are still locked in here, I still keep driving her crazy like I have been, I might have to get a Holiday Inn, but no, I didn't. Who can we contact an SD for gun trusts? I don't know the answer to that, Kevin, but I will get back to you on that. Join your local pro Second Amendment Oregon. Get in the fight. Thank you. Totally agree. And if you want to join, just go to the website, either San Diego County Gun Owners or Orange County Gun Owners or Riverside County Gun Owners or San Bernardino County Gun Owners, and you can join online. Rainbow Range is open. Thank you, John Becker. Thank you for keeping us informed. You bet. Thank you. Let me see. What other questions you guys have? You bet. Brown, Anthony, I appreciate you all. Thanks for the info. You bet. Thank you. Did the gun show at Del Mar get rescheduled? Right now, it's canceled. I actually just read that they canceled the fair. So, I don't know what's going to happen with the gun show. They did cancel it last month. I don't know when it's going to get rescheduled, but they were set to go about a month ago. And in fact, they were set to go on March 14th and 15th, but they canceled due to COVID-19. So I don't know when that's going to get taken care of again. Is the NRA really working to, Ricardo, join every pro-Second Amendment organization out there? I do. I'm a member of the NRA. I'm a member of Firearms Policy Coalition. I have a whole big list of people I'm a member of. Please support all of them. It's so bad out here in California. We really need to support everybody. And we need to turn our attention towards picking apart the opposition rather than picking apart people that are trying hard to do good work when it comes to the Second Amendment. I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I appreciate the question, Ricardo, and I think it's a very good question. And I think it's important to evaluate any organization that you're looking to support. But I would say absolutely support the NRA and every Second Amendment. I can't think of a Second Amendment organization that you should not support. Thank you for all you do. Thank you. P2K being over my shotgun. Yeah, P2K is, I believe, on very limited hours. I'm not quite sure what their situation is this very second, but check them out before you go, because I'm not sure exactly what they're doing as far as being open and that sort of thing. How about being able to put your spouse's registered gun on your CCW? Michael, excellent question. So it's kind of interesting. The CCW spouse question, it depends on which county you're in. Some counties allow a spousal gun, meaning a gun that's registered to your spouse, to be on your CCW, and some do not. Currently in San Diego, they do not. Riverside, they do. And we found that it depended on who they spoke to at the DOJ, they being each individual sheriff's department. So they all called the DOJ and said, hey, we're wondering if we can put a spousal gun on a CCW. And sometimes the DOJ said yes, and sometimes they said no. So what we also found was that all the sheriff's departments get together once a year at a seminar, and they try to hash things out. In fact, I think they do it more than once a year. And that's an issue that they're trying to get hashed out so that it's consistent, because there really is no reason that a gun registered to your spouse shouldn't be able to go on your CCW, or a husband and wife shouldn't be able to put the same gun on a CCW. We're a community property state, so it doesn't make any sense. Let's see. If I get approved in SD and move to Riverside, will I have to reapply for my CCW? Willie, that's a big, long answer, but the short answer is yes, you do. I believe you have 30 days. Is the San Diego CCW licensing department issuing CCW renewals? Okay, John, absolutely. Go to their website. Be patient. Go through the permitium system to get your renewal done. Actual physical location licensing is closed, but they're actually processing. Just be very, very patient with them. Are the live scan facilities open? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I apologize. I don't know the answer to that. What other questions? Labellas. Jeffrey Ross almost ordered some Labellas tonight. Yeah, right? Let me see. Who else has a question? Riverside Magnum Indoor Range is open. Excellent. Good news. NRA. No, I don't agree with you, Marco. I'm sorry. Bummer, but that's okay. North County Shooting Center is open by reservation only. Thank you, Diane. North County Shooting Center, yeah, in San Marcos, which is a beautiful range. If you haven't been there yet, they're open by reservation only. Diane happens to work there. I'm sitting here watching my nephew. All right, fantastic. Thanks, Nance. That's my sister. Defensive Tactics and Firearms was approved from Riverside County Sheriff to provide a hybrid CCW course, waiting for SD approval. So Defensive Tactics and Firearms up in Fallbrook actually have an online CCW course that was approved in Riverside, and they're also looking to approve that curriculum here in San Diego. We haven't heard back from the Sheriff's Department yet. Is it illegal to shoot an air rifle in San Diego County unincorporated areas? I think that's a big depends, Jim, but I don't have that information in front of me, so I'm not going to weigh in on that. But I think it varies. There's a lot of factors to that. Maybe if you send me an email or a message offline, we can get you a good answer. My email address is michael@sdcgo.org. Michael@sdcgo.org. Just got approved for Arizona. Good, Leonard. I've in Arizona myself. How many members do we have now? In San Diego, we're up to about 1,800 members. And then in, let's see, I wrote it down here. San Diego, we're up to about 1,800 members. Orange County has around 200. Riverside and San Bernardino are both right around 70. Keep in mind that Riverside and San Bernardino are brand new. So help them grow. They're growing really, really quick. Did anybody stump the gun guru on the radio show last week? No. And he's watching right now. He always gets it right. If you're not familiar, every Sunday from 4 to 6 on 1170 a.m., we have Gun Sports Radio, and one of the segments is Stump My Nephew. And my nephew is a little knucklehead. He's about 20 years old, and he is fantastic on gun trivia, and it is near impossible to stump him. He's really, really smart. It's not an either or. Be a member of both organizations. Totally agree, Richard. Be a member of every organization you possibly can. Did Carol Baskin kill Epstein? I don't know. If she did, I hope her last meal before they put her in the electric chair is pineapple and ham pizza, Kevin. The guys at DFT are excellent. I agree, John, but I think it's the guys at DTF, Defensive Tactics and Firearms, not DFT. Member of North County Shooting Center didn't know they were open by reservation. Marlene, you learned something today. Awesome. Diane, look for Marlene to come on and shoot by reservation only. Keep up the good work. Thank you. DTF, I mean, hey, you corrected yourself. Good. Actually found out that today, just looking for more questions. I was supposed to have my appointment in the beginning of March. I I shot you an email to look over my application. I know it had been a busy time. I know how the things have changed. We'd love to chat about my application. You bet. I have an inbox full. Oh, Jeffrey, I remember you. Absolutely. I'll look at your CCW good cause statement either tonight or tomorrow morning, I promise. And if you like, you can give me a call. Anybody that needs help with their good cause statement, I'm happy to help. Email me, michael@sdcgo.org. But please be very, very patient. I literally get, I'll say dozens. I'm not going to say hundreds, but sometimes it feels like it. So just be patient. I'll help you with your good cause. We can talk on the phone if you need to, but usually if you send me your good cause in a Word document, I can help you edit it. Tell everyone to buy a t-shirt or a hat. Thank you, John. You just bought a bunch of stuff. So if you go to our website, you can make a donation. You can pick out a hat or a shirt, and we have stickers and glasses and all kinds of cool stuff. Fredo, I'm a proud member of SDCGO. Thank you. I hope I said your name right. Let's see. Way to go, Riverside and San Bernardino. Totally agree. RCGO member here. Thank you, Jason. Kevin, I thought you'd enjoy that. Do you have a link for shirts for RCGO? Wendy, good question. We actually don't yet. We hope to very, very soon. But that's something we're working on. Riverside County Gun Owners is very, very new. So we're kind of pulling ourselves up by the bootstraps. Any 10 Ring members here? Kristen, you're here. So yes, there is a 10 Ring member. Thank you, Kristen. Can we volunteer at the gun shops? New gun buyers means new members. Leonard, that's an excellent suggestion. So we started this program called Tabletops at Gun Shops. And we had a bunch of people going to table shops and passing out our literature and having conversations. And the gun shops were super supportive of that. They liked having us there, and it was a lot of fun. I've been extremely hesitant. We pretty much canceled it when COVID-19 happened. I've been extremely hesitant to ask volunteers to do anything. I don't want them to get in trouble by law enforcement. And honestly, I don't want them to get sick. Wherever you stand on COVID-19 and the seriousness and the reaction and the response and everything, I totally respect that. But the reality is there is a virus that's very, very contagious, and I would feel horrible if you were doing work for San Diego County Gun Owners and you got sick. So we're just going to wait that out, Leonard. Now, here's what we are going to do for new gun shops. Here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to make a video that is meant for new gun owners, because we have a bunch of members who are professional instructors. So the last thing we want to do is take money out of their pocket. We want people to go get professional instruction. So what we're going to do and what we're working on is we're going to make a page that's going to have resources, and we're going to ask you to find somebody who's a brand new gun owner, get them to those resources, convince them to take a class, and get professional instruction. That helps you, that helps them, and that helps your other members. I don't think it helps anybody at all for us to make a video or some kind of new gun owner video, post it up on our Facebook page, and then no one's going to see it. So what I do think will help is if we get people the resources they need, and we enlist your help to get that in front of new shooters. You have your new brother-in-law, and I don't know, whatever, some coworker or whatnot. It's your responsibility. Get that in front of them. Get that person to the range. That's how you can help the Second Amendment. So, excellent question. RCGO is up to 83 members. Karen, I'm sorry. Did I sell you short? I think I said you had 70. Turns out you guys have 83. Either that or 13 people just signed up while we're sitting here having a conversation. So excellent job, Riverside County Gun Owners. What else? Very busy. 14 minutes free all day. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it, man. We'll talk soon, I promise. I tried to get a CCW since I've been stocked. Oh, okay, stocked for. Can't get it. But if I hide, it's okay to get it. Help. You got it. Marlene, please email me. Email me at Michael, Michael, at sdcgo.org. Marlene, can you confirm that you got my email and that you're going to email me so that we can help you? Michael at sdcgo.org. We will do everything we possibly can to help you through the process. And the success rate on CCWs, if you haven't heard, it's over 97%. People are getting CCWs. It went from about 1,000 to about 4,000 just in the last few years, and I'm really proud of the work that we did to make that happen. Will Jones likes BBs. Everybody likes BBs. I need a shirt. Yeah, you do, Joshua. What are you wearing right now? Put a shirt on. Oh, you mean a San Diego County gun owner shirt, of course. Tom's also a regular member of SDCGO, CRPA, and FPPC. Good job, Tom. Thank you. Anybody needs CCW training? Hit Apex Defensive Strategies up in Orange County. Thank you, Mark. Let's see. What else? Yeah, Marlene, you live in San Diego. I'm assuming you lived in San Diego. San Diego County Gunners just asked where you live, but email me. You live in San Marcos, Marlene. Okay, good. Email me and I will help you out. John's giving info. You shoulder short. I'm going to pull a Karen on you. Don't do it, Karen. Karen. Let me talk to your manager. I think the cat's downstairs right now, enjoying his blankie. Do I need to watch Tiger King? I don't know. I hadn't had I got to tell you, I hadn't had a conversation in about a week because I hadn't watched Tiger King, and that's all anybody was talking about. Laura and I tried it for like 10 minutes, and I'm looking at it going, what is going on? Everybody's telling me I didn't give it enough of a chance. I don't know if you know this or not, but in the 80s, I grew up in Panama City, Florida, which is northern Florida, which is lower Alabama. And honestly, that just, Tiger King, like everybody was Tiger King down there, man. That place is bizarre. So it wasn't really all that shocking to me. I thought, well, honestly, I thought that's how everybody was until I left Florida. So I don't know. I'll give it a try. I'll see what Tiger King grabs me. So far, I wasn't impressed. Bill, is anyone dressed properly for the meeting? You know, we were actually thinking about putting on a video after all this clears up to teach people the proper use and purpose of pants again. So I don't know. Let me know if you think that's a good idea. Comment your comments in the comment. Have made the trip up to BB's. BB's wonderful. Absolutely. I think Joe would still be alive as a member. Yeah, could be, Greg. How did you fix the audio? I switched computers. I went back to an older computer. I bought a brand new computer. It works wonderfully. It connects directly to the internet, so I don't have to worry about Wi-Fi, and it doesn't have a camera. So apparently it's still 2005. But I have a camera coming. Once this whole thing hit, cameras went scarce. So the next time we do this, it will be much better. That's how we fixed the audio. Got to watch 2 episodes before it gets good. All right, Shane, I'm with you. I don't even know what Tiger King is. Danielle, I'm not sure. I think much highly of you that you don't know what it is. What other questions? Anybody have any good stories? Anything else I need to cover or want to talk about? Any questions about guns or CCWs or something not related to Tiger King, since clearly I don't know anything about Tiger King? Tiger King sounds like an 80s cartoon for kids after school. Like after G.I. Joe, you watch Tiger King. Probably not. Appreciate the effort. Thank you, Mark. We're going to do more online stuff. So a couple things. We're going to do a lot more Facebook Live type stuff. Orange County gun owners is doing a great job. I think they're going to have another one here coming up where they're going to have a discussion about a Second Amendment topic. They're doing a great job. San Bernardino is doing a great job. Karen is about to have a video go up where she's going to talk about Riverside County gun owners specifically. Also, every Sunday, we are going to stream live from Gun Sports Radio from 4 to 6. So we're going to start using technology even more. I think it works out well. I don't think there's any replacement for getting together and meeting people and shaking hands and having pizza, breaking bread. And so we're not going to get rid of that. I can't wait to have the meetings again. I really like seeing everybody in the room and talking to people. I think it's important. I like the camaraderie and everything. But when we can, we're going to do some more Facebook Live stuff. So send us emails and letters. Let me know what you're looking to hear about. I really appreciate all the feedback. Old cars, old guns, and old scotch. Well, I think those are all fantastic. That's what you want to hear more about? I'm a fan of all three. Not as much of old cars. I'm not as good as on old cars, but the rest I'm a big fan. Let's see. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate you saying that. I see it mentioned every now and then. Can someone explain, like I'm 5? What's Tiger King? Daniel, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a show on, I don't know. It's a show on, what's it on? Netflix? It's a show on Netflix. And it's about some rather rural, interesting fellows. So, Mobby said she missed you. I miss you, Mobby. I hope you guys are enjoying your new home. Holster recommendations for inside the waistband concealed carry, specifically CZRAMI or P01. All right, well, first, what you got to do, I think the best thing to do there, Kevin, is to go ahead and ditch that CZ. Get yourself a Glock. No, okay. I don't know. What's a good? Anybody have any good recommendations for inside the waistband holsters for a CZ? Anybody? Bill Halsey, pretty stoked with my conversation with David at AO Sword today. Can't wait to pick up my new stimulation AR-15. So Bill has already spent his stimulus check on a brand new, beautiful AR-15. Good for you. Thank you for stimulating the economy. We'll post your email address. Will you post your email address? I don't know if I can do it right in the middle of everything. Let me try. MICHAEL at sdcgo.org. All right. Let me see if I can get back to where I was. Okay. It's posted. Netflix. It's on Netflix. Thank you. Okay, let me get back to where I was. We post your email. Just did. BB's great. One on them. Great. You bet. I don't know if that's you or Matt, but I hope both of you guys are doing really, really wonderfully well. This is fun, getting together and chatting and go. I agree, man. You know, let's do this more often. This is fun. We are going to do this more often. Doing a great job with the radio. Thank you. A lot of people are helping with the radio show. I really enjoy it. It was nice seeing you guys at Nevada at Frontside. Thanks, Jose. Enjoy Frontside a lot. That was right before the COVID thing broke out. In fact, my wife and I went and stayed in Vegas for a couple of days after that, and it was already turning into a ghost town. So that was March 10th. We were in Las Vegas for a while, and like I said, it was already turning into a ghost town. We actually stayed at the Trump Plaza there in Vegas. It was really nice. For new members, would you please explain the reasons to obtain insurance? Absolutely. So there are a few different insurance providers that we like. It's not really insurance. Some of them are membership organizations. So I a lot of times refer to them as insurance. Some of them are not officially actually structured as insurance, but basically there are a couple different. There's firearms, legal protection. There's U.S. Law Shield, and there's USCCA. These are all companies. Basically, it's this. If you get into some kind of situation where you've done something defensively, either with a firearm or with your fists or with a frying pan or whatever, and you need an attorney and you need to get bailed out of jail and you need expert witnesses, there are companies out there that will help provide that. You pay a monthly fee to them, and they will help you get an attorney and pay for that attorney and make sure that you are successful. Some of them are a little bit better in different areas than others. They all have their strengths and weaknesses. The three that we like and have vetted are USCCA, US Law Shield, and Firearms Legal Protection. So check those out. They're all on our website. They're on our email. Basically, if you say you use a firearm defensively and you're completely and totally in the right, the chances of you going to jail, at least for a short time, are high. The chances of you going to court are extremely high. and those bills, $25,000, $50,000, $100,000. So that's the importance of getting some kind of help with that, whether it's a membership organization or insurance, however they structure it. That's the important. John, let me know if I did a good job there. Be live athletes. Okay, cool. Thanks, Fred. Is sheriff department working on background checks? We're told that, like, for new applications, I'm assuming you're talking about new applications for CCWs. We're told that all by the sheriffs that all 4 counties, San Bernardino, Orange, Riverside, and San Diego, are all processing new CCW applications and renewals, but their actual physical location is closed. So from what I'm understanding, yes, they are processing background checks. Can't make it to your meetings. Live stream is awesome. I can be a part of this. Fantastic, Ricardo. Thank you. Happy to have you here tonight. Hey, Doug. How's it going, man? My father-in-law's on here. Glocks are for people who put ketchup on hot dogs. That's just pure jealousy talking, Kevin. Pure jealousy. Tier 1 concealed for AIWB holsters. Oh, so Bill, I guess the manufacturer is Tier 1 concealed? Is that what it is? Alien gear. Jeff likes alien gear. JM4 holsters. Sam says to carry the P01 in an Uncle Mike's. Ha ha ha. That's kind of funny for 2 different reasons. Marlene, thank you. I hope to hear from you. Tatiana Whitlock has good recommendations. I agree. Alien Gear and Bullseye are good too. Thank you, Nancy. Is Joe on Facebook? Joe Dramisi? He is. He's on Facebook. I think that's who you're talking about. Join the CZ Guns group in Facebook. You'll be able to ask there and find a lot of good info. Thank you, Jose. By the way, CZs are awesome. I, of course, am only joking. Kyle, always me online. Hi, Kyle. I hope you and the kids are doing great. Joe might have a blog post on it. Let's see. Also a Reddit group. Thoughts about Duncan versus Becerra. Michael, thoughts on Duncan versus Becerra has to do with the magazine ban. And no real thoughts. Right now, it is legal to own a standard capacity magazine that holds more than 10. And that's because of an injunction that was placed on a law where they tried to ban that possession. You cannot purchase them. You cannot import them. You cannot sell them or buy them in the state of California, but you can own them and you can use them like in your carry gun. In fact, if you look, most of the sheriffs, I know San Diego in their FAQ section actually talks about that specifically. We asked them to please address that specifically. So right now, with the injunction happening, you can own and use legally normal capacity firearms. U.S. Law Shield. Thank you, Danielle. Sorry, stop watching. What's the latest on the assault weapons lawsuit? So they're actually supposed to hear arguments, and that was delayed due to COVID-19. So that's all I really know, to be honest with you. Like I said, we're plaintiffs. I think all the plaintiffs are members of county gun owners. And Firearms Policy Coalition is guiding that through and making that happen. We're plaintiffs. Jim Miller is a plaintiff. Wendy Hoffman is a plaintiff. John Dillon, our attorney, is working on it. So let's see. High points are for pineapple pizza lovers too. How dare you, sir? How dare you? Let's see. Crossbreed holsters. BB's loves crossbreed. Does Glock make a 1911? No. The answer is no. That's true. Of course they don't. Glocks don't malfunction. Whoa. Thank you, Brandon. Glad you could make it. Just don't go out of state with your standard capacity magazines. That's up for debate, but I agree, Jeff. When we go to Front Sight in Nevada, I actually make sure to only take 10-round magazines. I did Front Sight. I did 4 days with my Glock 30, and that has 10-round magazine. standard. So my wife has actually I also have a Glock 19, and I have 19 round magazines for that, but I don't take them out of state because I think it's kind of a gray area on whether or not you can bring them back. I know there are arguments on both sides, but I just prefer that, hey, if I'm going to a class, I bought 3 or 4 10-round magazines for my Glock 19. I leave all my 15-rounders here in California because I don't want to mess with it. And it makes it so I have to practice magazine change more often. Well, yeah, 10 rounds. So that's cannot import standard capacity magazine to the state. Exactly right. So, but are you importing if you already own it and you're bringing it back in? That's the argument. And I prefer not to be a test case. So I take 10 rounders. So. What other questions you guys have? How you guys like check out my Second Amendment here. Yeah, look at that. Bought that in the NRA museum in Virginia when I took my my knucklehead little nephew to the museum when he was just a little kid. So, what other questions? Any other questions? No? Anybody want to make a motion to call the meeting? I really appreciate all you guys being here. I hopefully got some good information out. If you guys have any questions, always feel free to email or send us a message on Facebook. I can't wait till we have the next meeting in person. But this is a substitute, and I hope everybody's staying safe. I hope nobody has been negatively affected too bad by everything that's going on with COVID-19. I really hope that everybody's doing well, and I can't wait to see you guys all in person. I just really appreciate everything that you guys did. So thank you so much. What's my take? Let's see, got one. What's your take on ever repealing the gun roster? I think it's crucial. We have to do that. I don't know when that's going to happen. It's actually in the middle of a lawsuit right now. So the gun roster, what is that? Well, if you don't pass this series of safety tests, you don't get to sell your pistol in California. Unfortunately, one of the tests is that it has to have a firing pin that microstamps a little serial number on the casing, which is impossible. It doesn't exist. So what's happening is more and more guns, it's basically turning into a de facto ban. The only guns that you can buy are models that are 10, 15 years old. They can't add new firearms to the list. What I think is happening that's going to help with that is that more and more CCWs are being issued. Orange County went from like 900 to 15,000 in 6 or 7 years. San Diego went from 1,100 to, 4,000 in 3 years or so, something like that. Riverside, everybody's issuing more and more CCWs. And that means that more and more different kinds of people are buying firearms and wanting to conceal them. So they're looking for different kinds of pistols that fit their hands, that are safe, that they can carry concealed. So more and more people are finding out that there are really only a few options. SIG's got 1 or 2, and Glock 26. There's really very few options. A Shield has gone crazy. Everybody's buying a Shield because it's one of the very few true concealed carry options. So I think the more people that get a CCW and then find out, hey, wait a minute, why can't I buy an appropriate firearm for me to carry? I think the more pressure is going to happen. So if it's not a lawsuit, hopefully more and more legal pressure can overturn that. So do I think it'll happen? Yes, because it's a horrible, unconstitutional law. Do I know when that's going to happen? I don't know. But I know that the more people who get a CCW and the more people that we elect who are pro-Second Amendment, the closer we are to making that happen. Thank you, Fred. Appreciate everybody's kind words. Maybe a good idea to do these from time to time for those who are not able to make it to the in-person meetings. Michael, I agree. I think we're going to work something out. Great meeting. Thank you. Thank you. Big thanks. Big thanks. Everybody's thanking everybody. This is awesome. I really appreciate you guys so much. This was San Diego County Gun Owners was just an idea 5 years ago, and now it's a reality, and we're doing really, really good work. And it's led to Orange County and Riverside County and San Bernardino County Gun Owners. And I got to tell you, we've been around for 4.5 years, and there are more people who own a firearm. There are more people who are being trained with a firearm and carrying a firearm. There are more people who are running for office because of firearms. There are more people that are getting into office because of gun owners. All that is good news. Some of that's hard to quantify, but all of it is definitely happening. And all that's good. And we got to continue to do that to change public policy and perception and culture. And I'm just so proud of every single one of you. And thank you so much for being members and doing all the hard work that it takes. Jason, lots of law enforcement using unsafe guns according to the state. Yeah, that's right. Mike, do you have a YouTube? Brandon, yes, we do. Each pack has its own YouTube channel. We post on there not as much as we'd like, but we definitely get some stuff up there. Thank you, Laura, Wendy, and everyone. Thank you. Very nice of you to say. Our only Gen 3 Glock, our only Gen 3 Glock's the only generation on the roster. To my knowledge, yes, only Gen 3. Gen 4, Gen 5 are not. I don't know about Gen 2. It's a good question. But Gen 3, to my knowledge, are the only ones that a non-law enforcement can purchase at a shop. Yeah. Pena versus Lindley. Look that up for more information on the roster lawsuit. Thanks, Orly. Appreciate it. Thanks for doing this live. You bet, Karen. You're the best. And when did the Gen 3 come out? I don't know. Is my nephew still on? Hey, Sam, do you know when the Gen 3 Glocks came out? What year? Jimmy says Gen 2 is not being made. So it's not being made, then I guess it can't be sold, right? That makes sense. Thanks, Jimmy. If anybody knows what year Gen 3s were, I can't remember off the top of my head. I think my Glock 30 is a Gen 3, and it was purchased in like 07, 08. My Glock 19 is actually a Gen 2. Don't forget to mention you can buy from private sellers. That's absolutely true. You can buy from private sellers. So even if somebody has let's talk about that for a second, David. Don't forget to mention you can buy from private sellers. If there is a pistol that is off roster, you cannot buy it from a dealer. But if somebody owns a pistol and it is not on the safe handgun roster, in most cases, you can still purchase it. What you have to be careful of and what they're starting to crack down on, and honestly, we haven't talked about this yet, but we're going to talk a lot more about it. But federally and at the state level, they're starting to crack down on non-dealers who are selling firearms that are off roster. So what that means is somebody says, "Hey, I have dual citizenship or dual residency in Arizona and California." So they go buy a bunch of guns in Arizona that are off roster, and then they come to California and sell them. They're busting those people hard. So if that's something that somebody is doing, walk away. Don't go anywhere near that sale. Don't buy it. Leave them alone. If law enforcement can legally buy off roster, but if a law enforcement officer is buying 10 or 15 a year and reselling them for money, for a profit, those guys are going to start getting busted. So be very, very careful. We're actually going to talk a lot more about that, David, because we just got a briefing not too long ago that was frankly a little scary. I don't want to go too much into it yet, but be very, very careful. But generally, yes, you can purchase. If you do a private party transfer for an off-roster pistol. Yes, on Glock 3. Thank you, Derek. Cheers, everyone. Thank you, Brandon. Stumped him. I'm easy to stump, Kristen. You can stump me all day. Gen 3, 1998. I don't know when they stopped. That's when they started, I believe. I don't know when they stopped, though. I want to get a Ruger Mark III. He wants to know how come you don't go with the Mark IV? Good advice. I'm leery of the people who have a large list of firearms. Yeah, Jeff, be leery. They're going after people. And a lot of people are wondering, well, why would the ATF go after state law? Doesn't make any sense. But what the federal government is doing, what the ATF is doing, is there's a federal law that says that all your firearms transfers and purchases, etc., have to comply with local law, local and state law. So it's a federal offense if you to break a state gun law, and that's what they're using to go after people. And people are getting busted, and they're spending real jail time. So it's serious business. We're going to go into it a lot more in the future. We're kind of getting our ducks in a row to really roll this out. But it's kind of scary. Be very, very careful and make sure you understand the law before you do a transfer. Mark III, Mark IV is the better choice because of the takedown system. Fantastic. It's my understanding you cannot buy from a law enforcement officer. Derek, that's a big, it depends. I'm not going to weigh in too much. Technically, you're able to purchase through private party from a law enforcement officer, but if that law enforcement officer is acting as a dealer, meaning they're selling a lot of firearms, then there's other issues that the buyer and seller have to worry about, and it's getting worse. Police departments have been cracking down on officers buying and selling. Yeah, police departments and the federal government, ATF. Gen 3 is still being made because of California. Yep, that's true. Jimmy knows. He works at Gunfighter Tactical. Kevin says Mark IV is way easier to strip, clean, and reassemble. Puzzles me why people post pictures of their firearms on Facebook that depicts the serial number. Yeah, I kind of hear you. Laura says, thanks, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so I think that's my cue. When my wife comes on and says, thanks, everybody, that means it's time to go. So we've had a great discussion. We've answered a lot of questions. Hopefully I got a lot of good information to everybody. So thank you all. Have a good night. We're going to do this again next month, by the way. So look for the email to join us again. Maybe we'll do it even sooner. But thank you guys all so much. I really appreciate it. You guys take care, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon. All right? Can we have a go team before I go? Hands in, everybody, go team. See you guys.